A legend will face his destiny. Let's talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The legendary hero is back in this highly anticipated final installment of the iconic franchise as we see Indiana Jones in this new era in the 1960s during the space race where he is approaching retirement. We see Indy pretty much wrestling to fit in as the world seems to be outgrowing him. But tentacles of an all too familiar evil comes back where Indy must grab his hat, his whip, and go on this adventure once again, pretty much with his goddaughter, to make sure that this ancient and powerful artifact doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And yeah, it took so long to get this film that Spielberg dropped out and James Mangold came in to direct it, to which I will say I do think that James Mangold did great directing this film. And I do think that this was a pretty good film. This was a great final installment in the franchise, as we do see Harrison Ford come back one last time as Indiana Jones, and as always, he was great in the role. This was pretty much an old man Indy story, and this was the story that Harrison Ford was wanting to tell pretty much. He wanted to do a movie about an old man Indy, and I got to respect that, because seeing how Indy is in this film, he is just not like how he is. He is older, but yet he is still able to kick ass, especially Nazis' ass, as we see them come back. Indiana Jones fighting Nazis, it is just iconic. To which we also see Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Indiana Jones' goddaughter, with Ethan Isidore as their sidekick pretty much. Like, these two new characters, I thought they were great. They had its fun moments, great chemistry, great dynamics with Indy. They were fun new additions to the franchise. As for the villains, for the antagonists, we do get Mads Mikkelsen and Boyd Holbrook, and they were great as antagonists. Boyd always plays like this unlikable character, kind of similar to his character in Logan, where he is just unlikable that you want to punch in the face. And with Mads Mikkelsen, he is a great actor. He does good with playing antagonists. As in this, he plays someone from Indy's past. And with this film, as always, it has great Indiana Jones moments. But with what this film does, in the beginning, we do see a flashback where we do see like a deepfake CGI Harrison Ford, where he is looking younger. And that was interesting. I think that worked. And what James Mangold did in this film was just very interesting, because this is the final adventure of Indiana Jones, and I do believe that James Mangold did great with that. But at the same time, it does feel like there are just some moments in this, like some dark moments in this, similar to what we see with Logan, where unfortunately there are some civilian casualties, pretty much making us hate these characters more. And I do believe that James Mangold does good when it comes to that, making us hate the antagonist. So it was interesting to see how he did that with this film. But with this film, once again, it is a fun Indiana Jones adventure. Seeing him on pretty much this last adventure, as it does have its classic Indy moments, its fun Indy moments, and just a lot of great character moments. We do see John Rhys-Davies come back as Sala in this, and seeing more of that friendship between them, that is always great. We do see Marion Ravenwood, played by Karen Allen, one last time, which her and Indy's scene in this is one of my favorites. There is a twist in this that happens by the end that I can understand why some people are mixed about, but at the same time, it was still pretty interesting. That hasn't been done before, but yet it was still kind of crazy to see how it happened. But it does suck that this film flopped in the box office, because this was a great Indiana Jones film, and this was a great final adventure for the character. This was the story that Harrison Ford was wanting to tell with Indiana Jones, and I respect that. The ending and like how it wrapped up his story, I thought that was amazing. That was beautiful. It was a fitting ending for an iconic character, and I am glad for that. Like with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I will admit it probably did come out many years too late. But as an Indiana Jones fan, I loved it. I still enjoyed it. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones is just one of the best characters ever, and I am glad that he got a fitting ending. I know there is a huge debate on how it should have ended, but yeah, no, this was perfect. Overall, with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, it was a great conclusion to the franchise. It was another great Indiana Jones film as we get a great adventure, epic indie moments, great action, and for one last time, we get Indiana Jones fighting Nazis. But have you seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.